If you want a body like Priyanka Chopra and you want to work out but you don't want to be bulky, here's what to do. We can admit that Priyanka is a bit of a dime piece and looks amazing, acts really well, and obviously got a great lifestyle. And most women come to us and really express their concern about not wanting to be bulky. Now, Priyanka has a gym workout, she works out very often, and she prioritizes her fitness all of the time, which means she should be bulky if she's working out all of the time. And that's where the confusion is that most people believe that going to the gym and working out and getting stronger means that you're going to have this big bulky physique. But we just don't see that. And here's the exact reason why. I'm going to break this down into two reasons. One is physiologically. I've been trying to be massive for years. So testosterone levels, which is higher in men, estrogen levels, which are higher in females, and all of the other factors that go into muscle tissue, recovery, stature, physique, bone mass, they're all stacked in the favor of guys gaining muscle tissue and females not gaining that much muscle tissue, which is creating that bulk, which is then creating that physique that you don't want. And it's very hard to do. It's very hard to create a bulky physique. And a lot of work goes into creating a bulky physique for those women that want bulky physiques. But what tends to happen, and I think this is the major reason why most people end up feeling bulky when they go and work out and then they don't want this again, is that when they go to the gym and they have really shit nutrition and they're not super specific, they have a layer of fat because they wouldn't be going to the gym and wanting to change their physique if they didn't. And what happens is they start feeling the pump, they start feeling their muscles, they're exercising more, the blood's going to those areas, and they feel like there's an extra bit of bulk around their shoulders, their arms. But that's because it's pushing out from the fat that's already there. What we do with our clients, and we make sure that they don't feel bulky, we call it the anti-bulky solution, is that when they lose weight at the same time as working out, they actually get smaller and slender and physically less. They're not on a diet that doesn't get them results, which means that their body fat levels are always going down, which there's never going to be a bigger density of an individual when they come on our program because they're always getting results. And I think that's where most people who have tried before going to the gym without solving their nutrition end up feeling a little bit more bulky because they haven't got rid of the fat that's making them feel bulky. And it's often a weird phenomenon to feel when you're going to the gym and you're maybe testing yourself and there's a lot more blood in that area. It does feel like there's a bit weak. Lads call it the pump. There's a bit more of a pump to the muscle tissue. And that goes away after a few hours of being in the gym and it goes back to normal. But there's an association with these three things that go into not wanting to be bulky and the fearfulness that these feelings will stay. But if we know from a physiological perspective that it's really difficult for you to gain muscle tissue, and we also know that if you've tried it before but not solved your nutrition, you might be feeling bulky because of the fat that's around those areas whilst you feel this pump, then how do we ensure that you get stronger for your bones, for your muscles, without then gaining large amounts of muscle tissue? Well, the way that you would gain large amounts of muscle tissue as a female, we just need to avoid this, is that one, is that you would go in a large calorie surplus, which means you eat a large amount of food with a high amount of protein, and then you would purposely gain weight to be able to gain muscle tissue, which is most females' worst nightmare, so that's out the window. Secondly, is that you would at least train 5 days a week, really progressing the lifts so much that there would always be progressive overload, always getting stronger at the same time as eating a large amount of food. And then you would do that for at least 3 to 5 years if you wanted to be bulky as a female. So as you can see, these three things are highly hard to do in tandem for that period of time, which means that you're not going to get that feeling. And the way I talk to my clients about it when they say that they feel that they're going to end up like this, and that means that they don't work out and don't get stronger, which affects their bone density, is like this. The muscles that you're worried about being bulky create a use it or lose it mindset, which means that when you use it, they're there and they're working and they're fine. And then when you don't use it, you lose it. So if you do one day wake up and you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or you've got these arms that you don't really want, or you've got these shoulder pads that are muscles and you don't want them anymore, you just don't exercise for a period of time, that muscle group, and they go away because the body is a use it or lose it mechanism. You'll have seen this before, right? Is that you might get used to going for a jog and then you go for a jog for 2 or 3 weeks and it gets easier and easier over time. And then you wait 2 weeks and you forget to jog, and then you go out for that jog again, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. That's why the body adapting to what stimulus it's being given. And it's the same with the muscle tissue. So if you ever gain too much muscle tissue, you can just not train that muscle group and it'll go away. So if you want to know exactly how we get our females in amazing shape and helping them stay in shape forever whilst making their bones, muscle tissue healthier without the bulky frame, then just drop me a DM with the word guide and we'll send over the exact do's and don'ts that we use with our South Asian and Indian clients to get them in amazing shape and to then keep them in shape forever.